paralysed by fear because of Harry and Meghan. Nigel Farage joins me. I understand it was a guy called Tom Bower who used this paralysed by fear expression. Is the king really paralysed by fear?
Well, Tom Bower is the country's leading biographer. He's a great psychologist. And yes, you see, on the one hand, the king can't uninvite his own son to his coronation. That would go against every paternal instinct. So he can't do that. But on the other hand, if he invites them, which we understand he has invited Harry and Meghan, the fear is that they try to cause a scene and steal the show and spoil what is going to be a global spectacle, probably watched by a couple of billion people. So poor old king feels he can't do right for doing wrong. As it is, I'm pretty certain Harry and Meghan will come along, and all we can do is cross our fingers and hope they behave.
They want to be on the balcony for the money shot, right? On the balcony, they want that. But they're not entitled to that because they left the royal family. They left the working royal family.
Absolutely, that balcony is for working royals. And remember that amazing picture of our beloved late Queen with Winston Churchill on VE Day? She was a working member of the royal family. These guys opted out. They chose a new life on the west coast of America. They can be in the Abbey, they can attend the coronation, but they absolutely cannot be on that balcony. And so the worry is, you see, that they attend and the next day's newspapers, rather than being filled with pictures of the king with the crown going on his head and being on the balcony, that the next day's papers are full of Harry and Meghan complaining that they were excluded, possibly because of Meghan's racial background. You can see the fear.
Oh God. I'd love to talk about this, but I want to move on to this. This is extraordinary. New data shows grocery price inflation in Britain hit 17.5%. That's an all-time high. How do you get that under control, Nigel?
Well, we have to start producing more of our own food. It might be a good idea not to have quite as many solar farms and wind farms taking up productive land capacity. That'd be one way. But look, ultimately, inflation is a disease of money caused by government. And if you look at the new money creation on both sides of the pond, more money supply chasing the same number of goods, that means only one thing: persistent high prices. And I believe all the predictions from the Bank of England and the Fed that inflation will almost have disappeared by the end of the year are wrong, wrong, wrong.
At 17.5%, I can't see that coming down to zero in a few months. It's just not going to happen. But I can see a nasty recession bordering on depression to get inflation under control. Last 15 seconds to you, Nigel.
Well, the big worry, of course, is stagflation. We saw it in the 70s. It's when the economy is falling, but prices still continue to rise. And that then was because governments had created too much money. I'm saying we've made the same mistake again.
And I think you're right. Nigel Farage, good stuff. Thank you very much, Nigel. I do hope to see you again.